Hello everyone, my name is Malumbo and I'm part of Matimugads & Co. And this is Sermon 5. Today we're going to look at the fifth commandment as we've been going back. And the fifth commandment is found in Exodus 20 verse 12 and it says, "Honor thy father and thy mother that thy days may be long in the land that the Lord thy God giveth thee." Now when I think about this verse, three things sort of come to mind. Number one, this is a commandment with a promise. There's a cause and effect. Honoring your parents, or more specifically, honoring thy father and thy mother, there's a reason why I've said that instead, translates, and the rod is that you may live long in the land the Lord your God is giving you. Now in the time this was given, the land that was being given to them was Canaan. But for us, the lesson is also like the land, the Lord, which He's given to us. And we may live longer in that land. And so that is the reward of honoring thy father and thy mother. Number two, honoring. I used to think that it was just, obeying your parents, but honoring seems to be a bit more deeper than just obedience. See, you can be obedient to someone, but begrudgingly. Or you cannot respect someone, but you can be obedient to them. But having honor, or to honor someone, shows there's a high level of esteem you have for this person. You respect this person. You hold them in high regard, and because you hold them in high regard, you will do things that they tell you to do. It's a bit different. I know it's normally linked with Ephesians 6 verse 1 where they say obey your mother and father, but it's like that but a step further, because this is honoring. It's not just your typical day-to-day like, oh, I'm just gonna listen to what's been said. It's not just that, but it's because you respect the person who is telling you whatever they're telling you, and you hold them in high regard, that you obey what they say. And so that's why it says honor your mother and father. And so you hold your parents in high regard. They're not just anyone telling you, but it's your mother and your father. And this brings me to my third point. Who is your mother and father? I mean, that should be basic. It's like, oh, it's my biological parents, or for those whose parents are there, like the people who take care of you. But it's more than just that. If you look at 1 Timothy 5 verse 1 and 2, I think, I'm paraphrasing, but it talks about your elders being your fathers, and the younger men being your brothers, and the elder women being your mothers, and the younger women being your sisters. And so if you look at that, your parents, or your mother and father specifically, is not just the people who you call your parents. And so the regard and esteem you should have is not just for your parents, but for elderly folk in general, or those older than you. You should regard them as your mother and father, and so you should honor them and obey what they say. The problem we have these days is some people only listen to their mother and father. But God has given us a commandment for us to honor our mother and father in the biblical sense. And so this is what I've sort of got from this verse, and I hope maybe you've learned something from it as well.